Welcome back to the Robinson Replay. We have a NFL college football episode here for you with Dan the Man up top here, and of course my dad, Mr. Robinson. How are we doing, guys?
Doing great.
Hey, what's going on? Happy to be here. Love the replay. You guys know what you're talking about.
Welcome to our guest
One of us
picker
does,
today. Our guest picker here on game day. Here he is, Thunder Dan.
I'm going to have top picks. You guys better listen to me. Don't listen to those guys.
You're probably right. Looking
Yeah,
at
you
our
may-
stats, I'll have to agree with you.
Yeah, you may need to listen to Dan here. Yeah. Well, first off, outside of football, we do have the World Series going on currently. And what's the score, Dad?
It is 3-1, top of the seventh. The Blue
3-1
Jays
top
are
of
winning.
The
Blue Jays are winning, tied 2-2.
Oh, wow.
They go back to Toronto on Friday, and if whoever wins Friday, it could go to a game 7 on Saturday. It will be the final game, no matter what.
Yeah. Hopefully we see a game 7. I remember seeing LA win. I think it was the last one they played with Freeman hitting that home run in the bottom of the 18th inning.
Oh, you're talking about the other night, yeah.
Yeah.
The other night, I was watching that game, and then it was so late. It was like 1:30 in the morning, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed. And I'm like, you know what? I'll watch a little bit on my phone as I go to sleep. I woke up at 4 in the morning. I still had the phone in my hand. The TV on my phone was still running. And I had to look at my phone to see who won, and I saw that Freeman hit that homer in the 18th inning, and I was like, oh gosh, I would have never made it. So because I fell asleep about the 15th inning. So yeah, it was basically 2 full games. I mean, 18 innings is 2 9-inning games. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Craziness. Let's go on to football right away here.
Alrighty.
These are our football picks from last week. We got all of them right. Besides me, I got the last game wrong. I picked LSU instead of Texas A&M there. But anything else college football wise to?
Yeah. Well, first of all, in these games, Vanderbilt, Missouri, very close game. Ole Miss sort of pulled away at the end. The thing is with the Missouri Vanderbilt game, their Missouri's quarterback got knocked out of the game. I thought, oh, this is over. But they kept on hanging around, and made it a tight game at the end. But Vanderbilt pulled it out. And that Alabama game, Alabama could have easily lost that game to South Carolina. Ty Simpson didn't have a great game overall. And the Gamecocks couldn't pull it out at the end, but that was a good game. And then the Texas A&M LSU, it was close to first, maybe half of the first quarter, and after that, Texas A&M just started putting a beating on them. And bye Brian Kelly. Thanks. Here's an extra $53 million just because we're gonna fire you. What a deal that is! I wish I could get $53 million for getting fired.
Well, I'm not a college fan, but I did enjoy reading all the stories about Brian Kelly and the money that guy's going to get for not coaching. That's just, I don't know what that school's doing. Did I see that the person that helped hire him actually did that same thing at another college, hired somebody, and then they had to release him, and so it accounted for like over $100 million or close to $100 million that colleges were paying out on coaches that were fired. Blows my mind. So if I was Brian Kelly, I'd be like, hey, thank you. I'm just taking the next few years off. You just paid me for
Yeah,
nothing.
well, he'll probably just go in one of the booths like they always do. He'll do the game day, or he'll do some kind of introduction, and just make money off of that too, and just sit back and watch it all come in. I always knew that was going to be a bad hire, him coming from Notre Dame to LSU. It just didn't seem like it went together, and sure enough, it did not. From what I heard too, Brian Kelly was taking a real back approach to the whole coaching thing. He was just laying back in the weeds and letting everybody else do everything for him, kind of thing. Wasn't really engaged as much as a head coach should be. So I heard a lot of bad things that were going on down there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, if that's it for last week, we do have some picks this week. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks this week. Nearing the end of the season here. We got about a month but a month left until the end of the regular season here. So some teams really need to pick it up to ensure their playoff spot or jump up to make their playoff spot here. So going on, number one, Ohio State has a matchup at home against Penn State at Ohio Stadium in Columbus. They are the 20.5-point favorite in this one. Another cupcake game for Ohio State. This would have been a lot better game earlier in the season. It was supposed to be a really good game on the schedule, but now not so much.
What does our guest picker think about this?
Oh, if I didn't know anything about college football, which I don't, I'm probably going to pick Ohio State in this one just because I think they're going to be able to roll. And I would even pick them with the spread. I think they're going to cover the 20.5. I think they're going to go beyond that. So I'll go out on a limb, but yeah, Ohio State's going to win that game and they're going to win it big.
All right. Well, I also will take Ohio State, but I think it's going to be a little closer than people think. I just think that there's a lot of talent still on Penn State. There's a lot of guys that had the opportunity at Penn State to go to the NFL, and they turned it down because they thought they'd come back and win a national championship. But they're not Ohio State, so they couldn't do it because that's what Ohio State did the year before. A lot of their guys came back. They got that nil money, and they came back, and then they ended up winning the whole thing. Now, obviously, Penn State isn't going to even come close to that. They're not even going to make the playoffs. But I think this might be within the 20.5 spread. I could be wrong, but that's just my gut feeling. It's sort of a trap game, but I think Ohio State will win.
Yeah. Ohio State's going to win this one. I mean, if they lose this, then they deserve to drop quite a bit here. But Ohio State's gonna beat Penn State here. They're gonna roll the rest of their schedule until that team from up north comes and could put a ruin on their parade this year. Just a little bit. They'll still make the playoffs, but that'll be the exciting game that I'm looking forward to for sure there. But we're not there yet. Next game here on the schedule is number 9 Vanderbilt at number 20 Texas at DKR Texas Memorial Stadium down there in Austin, Texas. Texas is the favorite by 2.5 points. What do you think?
I'm going to have to pick Texas in this because I'm a descendant of Stephen Austin. Well, Austin, Texas was named after Stephen. I'm a descendant of that. So I'm going to have to go with Texas.
Really?
On this one.
Wow.
Wow.
Now that's some analogy right there.
There you go.
I am also going to go with Texas, even though I don't think they're that good. Now, does anybody know, is Manning out of concussion protocol? Is he playing? I'm not 100% sure on that. Does anybody know? I actually would hope that he doesn't play just because I
Who's
think
the backup?
Texas, I don't know, but I think he's better than Manning right now. I really do. Manning has not looked good this year. I really like Texas to win this game, and I even like him more to win this game if Manning doesn't play. So,
Latest I see from this article here is Texas Arch Manning practices but still in concussion protocol as of today.
How the hell can you practice? You can't be practicing and be in concussion protocol because you're not supposed to be on the field then. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, but I don't know. Regardless, I still think Texas is going to win. I think Vandy's going to have a hiccup here. They've been close the last couple games. Texas, even though I know Luke went down and saw actually Kentucky play Texas a couple weekends ago at the Kentucky Stadium down there. And, Kentucky should have won that game. And then Texas still doesn't, they won, but they don't win very impressively at all. But I do think Texas is going to pull this one out at home against Vandy.
Texas should have lost last week again. They should have lost against Kentucky when I was there at Kroger Field. I mean, they're really not as good as they seem and were expected to be in the beginning of the season. With that being said, I think Vanderbilt can get this job done with Arch Manning out there. Without Arch Manning, with Arch Manning, I think it would be a blessing because he throws some interceptions or some balls right on the dirt, and Pavia will just run right past the Texas defense and score in the red zone. So that's my prediction. That's my pick. Is Vandy on the road? That may be the only thing helping Texas is that they actually have a home game here. So that could be in their favor. Next game here is number 5 Georgia at Florida at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. So this isn't a home game technically for Florida. I'm not sure why they're playing in Jacksonville. I think that's where the Jaguars play, if I remember correctly. There, but Georgia is the favorite here by 7.5 points.
Well, not knowing much about either of these teams, I do like just to do the Gator thing. So I'm going to go with Florida. They're playing in Jacksonville. They're going to be at the Jaguars Stadium. The beer is going to be flowing for all those young kids. Florida's gonna top in this game for sure.
Wow. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs. I just think they are a much better team than Florida. Florida, they fired their coach last week. Napier has been fired. And that's usually one of those games then they put in the new head coach and he comes out and the kids play for him and they win. Not this time. Go Bulldogs.
The rug pull.
That's right. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm picking Georgia in this one. I don't think Florida has it in them to win this game here. And I'll take the spread too.
Ooh.
Take the spread.
All right.
Next game here is number 18 Oklahoma at number 14 Tennessee. Tennessee is the favorite by 3.5 with a home game at Neyland Stadium down there in Knoxville, Tennessee. Who you got?
We're gonna go with the home team on this one. I've driven by that stadium before. I've never been there, but just because
I've always wanted to go to a game there.
But I'm going with Tennessee.
Yeah.
Go with Tennessee.
With the home.
I agree. I'm going with the old Rocky Top, Tennessee. I'm going with the Volunteers. I just think Oklahoma has not played very well lately. Their quarterback, Mater, has not looked his best. He's looked pedestrian. He hasn't looked like that top quarterback he was.
Oof.
That's right. That's right. Anyways,
I've ever heard this before.
I just think that he has not looked very impressive since the beginning of the year. And so I'm going to go with old Rocky Top with the victory.
Yep, I'm going Tennessee as well. Joey Aguilar, the quarterback here. I've said him before. Say it again. This season he has 2,344 passing yards. So he's had a real good year out there, and I think that they're going to win. Tennessee has a home field advantage, unlike many others, and so I think I'll go with Tennessee as well here. So that's my pick. Next one is my alma mater, the University of Cincinnati, number 17. Put some respect on the name.
That's
at
right.
number 24,
A lot of my money's
Utah,
down there.
the Utes. And the Utes are the favorite at home by 9.5 at Rice Eccles Stadium over on the West Coast at Salt Lake City. Who do you think in this game?
So I'm surprised the spread is that high, with Cincinnati being 17 and Utah being 24. Cincinnati has to travel to get out there, but I think those kids are ready to go. Because you're down there, I'm going Cincinnati, and I'm going to see if I can watch that game too.
Yeah, it's a late one. It's a 10:15 Eastern start.
Luke, are you flying in your jet out there for that game?
If I had a jet, I'd be there.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Maybe the Kelseys can fly me out there.
No, that'd be nice. Yeah. All right, I am going to go with the Utah Utes. I don't really understand. I know. A lot of my money's gone to Bearcat country, but I never
you
understand
pay for the
how
new football facility.
I know. I never understood how that Utah Utes. It just seems like contradictory to itself. But, anyways, the Utes have really been coming on. They lost an early game in the season, but the Bearcats have also been playing well. But I just think Utah's gonna be too much playing at home, and I'm gonna take the Utes.
Disappointing. It really is. I don't know, what even is a Ute?
It's derived from the Ute tribe that used to live in that region.
Okay,
is that true? Are you making this up, or is this true?
I just looked at it right now.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
all right.
All right. Well,
I thought you were laying it on a little thick there.
All right. Well,
And that's why
respect
we
to
have
the
you as the
Utes.
guest picker, by the way, because you got knowledge.
And
Well,
knowledge is power.
It is exactly. All right.
respect to the Utes and the tribe of the Utes. I think Utah is a good team. I think they, as you said, they have been playing good past couple games here that I was seeing. Cincinnati, man, the Sorsby, the quarterback for Cincinnati here, the numbers don't lie. He really deserves to be in a Heisman contender conversation, I believe, especially if Cincinnati goes into the playoffs. He's been playing an amazing season this year. Obviously, playoffs, yeah, they're number 17. If they win the Big 12, if they win out this year, it's an automatic playoff bid. No,
Yeah, well, I mean, they should if they win their conference. There's no doubt, but
yeah,
but I'm just saying, it's hard to believe that you would say Cincinnati and playoffs in the same sentence, but it could happen.
we made it to the playoffs when it was 4 teams.
I know.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. And then they came
Yeah.
out and put egg on their face.
Yeah,
But,
they played Alabama, so
yeah.
what
when you
can you
play the
do?
big boys, you get burnt.
Yeah, but obviously, I'm going UC in this one. Go Bearcats! Cats by 90.
By 90.
Yep, that's the saying.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I'm learning something. I'm learning something
They did
tonight.
team by 70 this year too. So yeah,
They put a high school team.
Basically. Well, on to some NFL right now. Quickly going over our picks from last week. We won't go into detail because we'll go into more detail with the picks for next week. But both here didn't have the best week, didn't have the worst week. You were 8-4. I was 7-5 here. We both lost the Bengals game. The Jets came back in crazy fashion against the Bengals at home. Embarrassed all of the Cincinnati Bengals fans there at Paycor Stadium.
How's that been around there this week?
Oh boy, yeah, it's depressing here. Yeah, I knew somebody went to the game just in disbelief. They look up and it's like, how does this happen? How does this even happen? You know, obviously they thought it was gonna be, I don't know, maybe a cake, pretty much a cakewalk, right? I mean, you're playing the 0-7 Jets,
yeah,
and you lose with a huge lead in the beginning and then lose it all.
Well, Jets were very resilient that game. I mean, it surprised me, that's for sure.
Yeah, we both got the 49ers pick wrong there. The Texans,
they looked flat. They did not look good. And I picked the Cowgirls just because I thought their offense could really do something. They fell flat too.
We also picked the Falcons over the Dolphins, which the Dolphins actually pulled out a pretty convincing win.
It's just crazy that these teams, I mean, the Dolphins look dead. They lost to the Browns and they look terrible. And they come back the next week and beat the Falcons. But then again, the Falcons didn't look good either. So
yeah. Well, let's get rolling right on to next week and the picks, right. And we'll so Thursday we have the Ravens at the Dolphins. Ravens are the favorite by 8.5 points down there at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. What do you think?
So as the guest picker, I'm going to go first on all of these. I don't want to be skewed by both of your wise knowledge. You guys have surpassed my expectations this season so far in all your picks and all your advice. So what I've learned thus far as we go into week 9, Baltimore's going to win this game. Miami had a lucky game last week. They are struggling. That coach should be fired. And Lamar Jackson is back this week. Now, it's scary for that division because Baltimore were they 1-5 before last week? So they're going to start to climb. And I think they're going to win their division, and the Steelers are in that division, my team. But Baltimore for the win. They got that one.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to agree with you. Jackson is back. Even though the Ravens didn't even look that good with him so far this year. I mean, they looked decent against the Bills first game, but they still have not looked like Baltimore just because of all the injuries they've had to both on the offensive and defensive side. I do like Baltimore to win this game. We'll see if Miami could keep it up 2 weeks in a row, but I think that they're going to get back on track as the real Ravens and win this game.
Ravens win this one. Yep, I think the Ravens win this one as well. I don't think the Dolphins have steam in this one, and the Ravens Lamar back officially, so maybe a little bit slow start, but I really don't think so. I think he'll cook the Dolphins, and yeah, I agree, Dan. This coach should be fired. If not now, I guess they're just going to wait till the end of the season because there's no way he sees the field as a Miami Dolphin coach next season. I don't think there's any way. But yeah, that's my prediction there. Go with the Ravens. Next game is the Bears at the Bengals. Another home game for the Bengals at Paycor Stadium. They are the underdog in this one. The Bears are the favorite by 2.5 points.
Oh, I know the Bengals fans really want to see something come through with Flacco this week, but the Bears are going to come in. They're going to embarrass the Bengals. They're going to win by more than 15. I'm going to say we'll put the 15.
Wow.
Bears are going to roll.
Wow. All right. Well, with this game, I am really torn. Today, none of the top 4 receivers for the Bears practice today. The receivers are very banged up for the Bears. Right now, Flacco has an AC joint problem and is 50-50 to play on Sunday. And that -2.5 spread tells me that he's not going to be playing Sunday. So I think some of the Bears will come back. Receivers will come back. So I'm taking the Bears to win at Cincy.
Taking the Bears to win. This is a tough one for me. Is Flacco injured as well? I think I saw.
That's what I just said, dude.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I just said Flacco. Flacco is 50-50 to play on Sunday. He has an AC joint injury in his throwing shoulder, and by the spread, it does not look like he's going to play. I'm leaning towards him not.
Okay, yeah, I just completely zoned out. Sorry.
Yeah, and if he did play, I would give him a chance for sure. But I don't think he's going to play, so I'm taking the Bears.
This is tough. I think this is a really, really toss-up game. I could see either of these teams winning, so probably whoever I pick is going to lose. So keep that in mind. So I'm gonna pick the Bears in this one.
Oh, that means we're all gonna lose then. Damn it.
Yeah. Hey, if I'm going down, you're coming with me. So
no, that sucks. We want you to pick the Bengals.
I almost picked the Bengals. But yeah, I mean, with Flacco, especially if he's for sure out, they have very little chance.
Browning is not good. So yeah.
The Bears defense is good. I thought they were going to win last week, and they
Chase
didn't,
Brown's
so.
actually started to look like a running back now too. So it's really hard for me to pick against the Bengals. But if Joe don't play, I don't think they win.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but going with the Bears, I guess. Next one is the Falcons at the Patriots at Gillette Stadium. The Patriots are the favorite by 5.5 points in this one.
So I don't think it's a surprise that the Patriots are favorites. Atlanta did not look good last week. Patriots have been surprising to me this year. May has been a better quarterback than I ever expected, and I think he might be the quarterback of the future for that team. Whether he takes them to the promised land, yet to be determined. But New England for the win.
Daniel, I'm also going to take New England for the win. I think that Penix will be back for Atlanta this week. They're saying Drake May has looked incredible. He's averaging about 250 yards and 2 touchdowns a game. I just think the New England will pull this out. Last week, I don't know what happened to Atlanta, but their passing defense is really good. And last week it was terrible against the Dolphins, which I don't understand. But I'm going to take the Patriots to win this one.
I'm taking the Patriots as well. Drake May has had a great season, 2,026 passing yards.
And he's a threat to run too. Last 2 games he had 52 and 68 yards running. So he has a great feel for the pocket. He's comfortable, and that's what makes the difference, I think, in this game.
Yeah, he has 51 carries and 250 yards rushing this season, almost as much as their running back Stevenson. So,
Yes. So that tells you
yeah.
everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep. So I'm picking the Patriots to roll there at home. Yeah, Falcons have been really wishy-washy this year and more on the negative side of that dilemma there. So going with the Patriots. Next one is the 49ers at the Giants at MetLife Stadium. The 49ers are the favorite in this one for 2.5 points on the Giants.
I think Purdy is still questionable to come back as quarterback for San Francisco, but
He's trending to come back, though.
do you
I
think
think
so?
I think he'll be back this game.
I am still going to go with the Giants on this one, even though they
Ooh.
lost Scatterboo. I think
Scatterboo.
Tracy Jr. and Singletary are going to pick up the slack and maybe split the time. I think Tracy Jr. is going to get a few more runs. Art's just got that thing. He's just excited to be there. The fans are excited. Your Giants are going to pull off a surprise victory.
All right. I am going to go with San Francisco on this one. I think Purdy will be back. Losing Scatterboo last week was just a gut punch for the Giants. I mean, with him in there, it was you could just see the team was just deflated after he got hurt. And I understand it. The way he plays was he's like a battering ram out there playing, but I didn't think he would actually get hurt that way. I thought he would have got hurt from concussions and other things. That I didn't think it would be the ankle like it happened. But I like San Francisco in the game. I think that they'll bounce back from last week's loss and take it to the Giants.
Going the 49ers. This is a bit of a toss up for me.
It is,
but I think with Scatterboo out in this one, kind of puts a nail in the coffin for me. I wanted to pick the Giants on this, but the 49ers with Purdy, with Mac, I don't care who's under the helm. You got the best running back in the league. You got a really talented roster and a team that just finds a way to win the season whenever I pick against them. So, of course. And so I'm going to pick the 49ers, but I think it's going to be a close one there at MetLife in New Jersey. All right. Next game is the Colts at the Steelers at Acrisure Stadium.
Oh, Heinz Field.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Rebranded.
Because their field is terrible.
Oh yeah,
it's
probably one of the worst fields in the league.
It's like dog chowder out there. The dogs just come in there and just rip it up or something. They play so many games in that stadium between college, pros, and high school. That field's just it's terrible. Sorry.
Yeah, well, the Colts are the favorite by 3.5 points there. So what do you think, Dan?
I'm surprised it's only 3.5 points. I would expect it to be more. As a Steelers fan, I'm going to be rooting for them, but I'm going with the Colts on this. I think that would be my sure pick of the week if I had to pick one out of all these games.
Yeah. Why is the line what it is? What do you think, Dad?
Why do I think the line? I think the line is what it is just because Pittsburgh's at home. I don't think if they weren't at home, I think it'd be easily 7. But since they're at home, Pittsburgh plays a little bit different around their fans. Obviously, they didn't do that great. They played pretty good for a little while against Green Bay last week, but they just didn't have enough gas in the tank to close it out. But I also like the Colts in this one. I'm going with the Colts. I mean, Jonathan Taylor right now is the MVP of the league. He scores 3 touchdowns every single weekend. I mean, the guy's a beast. I wish I had him on my fantasy teams, and I don't. But yeah, he is just amazing. And both the defense and the offense are top notch. The problem is with the Steelers, their defense is Swiss cheese. I saw they just made a trade yesterday for a safety, Duggar from New England. Hopefully he may help them, but I'll tell you what, I just really think that their defense, which all their money is on the defensive side of the ball, it's just been not good. So I'm going to have to go with the Colts. They're right now, they're the number 1 seed in the AFC. So I'm going with them.
Yeah. I'm going with the Colts as well. I've been loving picking the Colts all season long. I really should turn into an Indy fan over here. I mean, I'm about an hour and a half away from Indianapolis. I don't know, Dad. You know, the Browns moving out of Cleveland. You know, maybe Indy's my next team.
You don't want like the Brooklyn Browns?
The Brooklyn Browns. Huh?
Well, Brook Park. They're moving to Brook Park.
Brook Park. Oh, I got you. Yeah, Brook Park Browns don't really sound on my speed there, but just joking. I'd never jump ship from the Brownies, but
I don't blame you if you do.
But no, I do like rooting for the Colts and this Daniel Jones team. He's really been a leader out there, so I like to see him get the dub. I was surprised at this line. I thought it was going to be more of a 7+ sort of a spread. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe Vegas knows something I don't. But I'm gonna go with the Colts in this one, and yeah, definitely give me the 3.5 points as well. So that's my pick. Next game here is the Chargers at the Titans at Nissan Stadium. The Chargers are the favorite in this one by 9.5 points.
Well, that's a spread that I can go with right there. Tennessee has been dismal all year. They're nothing to watch. Chargers all the way in this game without a question.
Yeah. I got nothing to say about this game. Chargers. End of story.
Yeah, Chargers. I don't have anything to say either. Next. Okay. Watch the Titans somehow win this one. That'd be crazy.
I guess they could pull off a Jets from last week. Like that. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be a big collapse, but yeah. All right, next game is the Vikings at the Lions. Maybe more of an interesting game than the other potentially. It is at home for the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. What do y'all think?
I think the Lions had a bye week last week. Is that right? So I think they're coming off a week off. I think they're ready to get things back on tracks for that team. Minnesota started off hot this year. I don't think they really shown that since the beginning. So Lions are going to roll in this one. The fans are going to roar, and everybody should be happy about their Detroit.
I also will go with the Lions. Carson Wentz is out for the season. I mean, he was like a human pinata last week. I mean, the guy was taking hit after hit. His arm, he's wincing. I thought his arm was going to fall off at one point.
Is JJ coming back?
Well, I that's who I'm assuming is going to be playing is J.J. McCarthy, and I just think, Hutchinson just signed that new contract today for 4 years, $180 million, being the highest non-paid quarterback in league history. It seems like that happens like every other week now. There's a new guy that gets a contract that's now the new non-quarterback highest payer, but now Hutchinson is. And he is going to eat McCarthy for lunch. I can't wait to see Michigan boys flatten Michigan boy. It's going to be sort of great. So I am going with the Lions big time in this one. I think Gibbs, Brown, they're gonna really school them this week, and I like the Lions by a landslide. Yeah. What was the spread on that game, Luke?
Spread is 8.5. So.
Yeah, it could go 14 for me, but yeah.
Yeah. This thought maybe this one would be closer. If you would have told me a couple weeks ago, I would probably say this is a closer game. But I think the Lions.
The Vikings have been going downhill.
Yeah, steadily down
ever since they beat the Browns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. While the Lions have done the opposite, I think they've been getting better as the season has gone on.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So with all that being said, I think the Lions at home as well at Ford Field. It gets loud in there for sure, in the dome. So yep, definitely going Detroit there. So next game is the Panthers at the Packers. Packers are huge favorites in this one. 12.5 points at Lambeau Field. What do you think, Dan?
Oh, that is higher than I would have expected for a spread. I already was going to pick Green Bay, but now with you sharing that spread, Green Bay all day. Green Bay, the cheese is going to be melted all over that Panther helmet. Then I'm going to be able to see the Panther on the side. Cheese all over it. They should just go home now.
Green Bay at home, it's just, they're going to clean house, I think. The Panthers, is Andy Dalton still the quarterback? It's yuck. I take Green Bay in a landslide. They may beat them by more than 12.5.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. One of the no-brainer games in this one for me is the Packers over the Panthers at home at Lambeau here. Panthers have been very inconsistent. I think they should be probably a better team than they are. Maybe the record doesn't say so, but the Packers are going to win in this one. 12.5 is kind of a big spread, but I could see that they could definitely hit that there. So I wouldn't smash the 12.5 for the spread potentially, but money line for sure. Packers.
Yeah, that's all
there,
day.
but yeah, that's all
It's
day.
probably 100,000 minus 100,000 money line.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of value out of that. So, yeah, I don't know. Yep. Next one is the Broncos at the Texans. Texans are the favorite by 1.5 points at home at NRG Stadium down there in Houston.
Right.
So
Well, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dan. My bad.
I wasn't sure Houston would be the
No.
favorite.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
I'm glad that they are because Houston's coming off of a big win. I think Houston's going to continue that role, and they're going to win the game this weekend and maybe not surprise people since the spread's in their favor, but Houston is going to win and Denver's going down.
Yeah, this game was a coin toss to me. This is going to be a defensive battle. This is the number 1 versus number 2 defense in the league. So this could be a low-scoring game. I mean, the Texans' defense is lights out. Denver's defense is lights out too, but they are missing their starting corner in Surtain. So it's like who's gonna get in the end zone or who's gonna kick the most field goals? I'm gonna go with the Broncos, but this game could go either way. I'm gonna go Broncos though.
I thought you were gonna pick the Texans.
Oh.
Dang. So I'm gonna pick the Texans. So funny enough, literally last week I was thinking the same thing when they were favored by 1.5 points against the 49ers. We both picked the 49ers and we were both mistaken, and the Texans won. So maybe there's something to that there. They're at home again here, and yeah, probably the best defense, one of the best defenses in the league there. So low scoring, and I think the Texans find a way to pull off the W in this one, but it's going to be close for sure. So it's a coin toss. It'll be a close one. Next game is the Saints at the Rams at SoFi Stadium. The Rams are big favorites in this one. 13.5 points is what they're favored by.
The Rams. That's it.
Yeah. Once again, the Rams, the Rattle Boy is gone. Rattler's been benched. They bring in their rookie quarterback Sloth or whatever his name is, and
Sloth.
It's Sloth or Slog or something. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter what his name is. It doesn't matter what your name is. You're done. So I'm taking the Rams in a landslide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was a wrestling quote.
I think the Rams are definitely gonna win in this one. I don't think it's gonna be very close either. So yeah, not much to say on that one. Next is the Jaguars at the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium down there in Las Vegas. The Jaguars are the favorites on the road by 3.5 points.
I am going to just pick the Jaguars. I think they're going to win the game. Trevor Lawrence is going to go out in Las Vegas after the game, and he's going to party his heart out. He's going to gamble, get some women. But he's looking forward to that trip, and I think he's going to come in with some excitement, and the Jaguars are going to beat the Raiders.
Unfortunately, I want the Raiders to win. I just don't think they can win. Smith is just a horrible quarterback, and I just don't think they can win. I want Jacksonville to lose every game, so the Browns have a better pick next year. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to take Jacksonville in the win on this one.
Yeah, I'm picking the Jags in this one as well. I don't think the Raiders have the offense to keep up with Jacksonville in this one. Jacksonville's on the road and they're still favored by 3.5 points. I think it says a lot. So I'm going Jacksonville in that one, and Trevor Lawrence will have a good time there in Vegas. Next here, yeah, but please no scandals. All right, so, no sports betting scandals. Next game is the Chiefs at the Bills at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. Chiefs are the favorite by 1.5, kind of a coin toss. What do you think, Dan?
This is by far the game of the week. This is going to be the most watched game of the entire lineup. I'm looking forward to it. This was the only one on the list of games that I had a question mark next to. So I'm still trying to decide here last minute. Kansas City's on a roll. I think they've really got their act together. It's really hard to go into Buffalo. I didn't check the weather. Is it going to be a little bit colder? I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Buffalo. I was going to put a table up behind me and jump on it and smash it while I
That'd
made
have
that
been
pick.
awesome. You would have been
I don't
definitely
have it set
invited
up.
back.
I don't have it set up, so maybe for the next time. But I'm going to go with Buffalo for the win.
Oh, Dan, if you would have done that, I would have. Oh, I would have been ecstatic if you would have done that. That'd have been sweet. But anyways, listen, I love Buffalo. I want Buffalo to win the Super Bowl. Kansas City is just looking so good. They got Rice back now, and he's cooking. Let me tell you what. I had a little action on the Rice-A-Roni last week, and let me tell you what. He should have had 3 touchdowns. He only got 1. The other one, he was down on the 6-inch yard line, and the other one, he was down on the 1.5 yard line. I'm absolutely going crazy. And I'll tell you what, they look good. Their defense is good. They got it all going on now. I know Pacheco is out for this game probably. So we're going to get a little Toledo action with a little Kareem Hunt. So
Yep.
I'm going, unfortunately, listen, I hope they don't win. And I hope I'm wrong. And I hope that Kansas City doesn't win the Super Bowl again because I'm sick of seeing them. But they're going to win this game, I think. Oh, pains
Oh
me.
boy, yeah. Well, I'm going against you. I'm
Oh,
going
good.
your soul, what you should have picked, what you really wanted to pick, but you were too afraid to.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. No, I'm going with my gut feeling, and my gut feeling says Kansas City's right now they're the better team. They really are.
Yeah, no, they've been on a roll for sure. It's
Yeah.
I mean, funny enough, the start to the season, we were all saying Kansas City just doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
Obviously they're on a roll right now, but it's still
They flipped the switch.
yeah they
Yeah.
did, but
Yeah.
I think the Bills will flip it back on this game, and
Let's go.
huge home field advantage for the Bills.
Let's break
always.
tables. Let's go.
Bills Mafia is gonna go crazy out there.
We should do a little bet. Like if Buffalo wins, I gotta jump off a table and break it. And if Kansas City wins, you have to dress up in a Indian costume or something. I don't know.
But I'm gonna pick the Bills in this one. But yeah, toss up game of the week. Mark it down on your calendars. Get your popcorn.
Yeah, definitely. That's a definite must game to see.
Yeah, I wish this was the prime time game.
Well, that'd be great
at night. But
yeah.
Instead, we unfortunately have Seattle and Washington. We have the Seahawks at the Commanders at Northwest Stadium, and the Seahawks are the favorite by 2.5 points here. So, what do you got for the night game?
Oh, I think Washington's been a big disappointment this year. I think a lot of people want to see a lot more out of Jaden Daniels. I think Seattle surprised everybody with some of the wins they've had already and how they performed. So Seattle's going to come into Washington and they're going to sit down with Trump at the new ballroom and hang out with him a bit, and then get going and kick the Commanders' butt.
Love it. Yeah. Well, I think this game's a difficult game. I just think Njigba wins them this game. He is that difference maker on offense for Seattle, and the Seattle defense is very good. I know Daniels is playing in this game. They've said he's playing. He started practicing today. McLaurin is out for this game. He re-injured his quad last week so I'm going to go Seattle. Jaden Daniels, I hope he does well. I have him on a couple of my fantasy teams. He needs to get back to the old Jaden Daniels, but he just doesn't have the weapons. So I'm going to go Seattle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seattle today over the Commanders. I actually just met somebody today at work who is a Seattle fan. He's a veteran and he was stationed in Seattle. He's wearing the Seattle hat. Of course, I had to strike up the conversation.
12th man.
There.
You have the 12th man hat. Nice.
He said he just fell in love with the Seahawks over there. I was like, you know what?
That's great.
I'm gonna pick the Seahawks. So it's a good
Oh, this is
culture
a
over there.
dedication to him.
This
This
is
one's
a
for
dedication to him.
you, Adrian. All right, nice.
He better buy a house off me now.
Yeah, let's hope.
I'm picking the Seahawks in that one. So, all right, last game of the week is the Monday night game in Dallas. It's the Cardinals at the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium at Jerry's World. The Cowboys are the favorite by 2.5 points.
So I'm not sure if Kyler Murray is back yet. I think they're still waiting.
I'm pretty sure he's playing. I'm pretty sure he's playing.
He's going to play. Even knowing that, I still don't think they're going to be able to pull off a victory there in Dallas. I think Jerry Jones is going into the locker room. He's going to give his guys that pep talk they all want to hear. They're all going to put their heads down and shake like, would you just get out of here, old man? Just let us go do our job. I think Dak Prescott's going to rebound from a bad week last week. Dallas is going to win by 7.5.
Daniel, I agree with you on everything about this, what you just said, especially the Jerry Jones comments. I definitely agree with that. No, I really think Murray will be back. I just think this game actually could be a shootout, to be honest with you. I think, Dallas's defense is still terrible. They're ranked 32nd. They're a terrible defense. And I just still think Dallas has too many weapons, and I see Dallas pulls this one out. I say by maybe 3.5 instead of 7.
I think the Cowboys will win this one at home. That's my pick. I've been liking the Cowboys. They lost last week, right?
Cowboys lost to Denver, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I think they're gonna get their comeback on this one, and get a W at home for Jerry and the crew. And yeah, I like the Cowboys in this one. So,
Right.
well, that wraps it up for
Oh no,
the
it doesn't.
NFL week.
We're
week 9.
we're not done.
No, what's up?
No, I gotta do my touchdowns. My touchdown people for this week will be Gibbs and Williams from Rams. So both running backs. I like the matchup against the Vikings for Gibbs. I like the matchup against New Orleans for Williams. Those are my 2 touchdowns for this week.
My touchdown will be Chase Brown for the Bengals
against the Bears. Huh?
Yep, against the Bears there, and then I will do a Lamar anytime touchdown, coming back strong, getting a touchdown right away.
Lamar.
Do I have to do a touchdown pick now? Is that what I want?
Dan, we're not holding the gun to your head, Dan.
You have an anytime touchdown player?
DeAndre Swift is going to score twice against the Bengals this weekend.
Wow.
Okay. Swift.
Wow, Dan, you've had some extreme things that you might want to make sure that you play some action this weekend.
If he is active, because I think he is questionable. So if Swift is in, he's going to score 2.
All right. Well, yeah, you better put that down for 2 and your Bucks pick too that you had earlier in the evening. By the way, Dan was also our special NBA guest earlier this evening on our NBA preseason, even though the season started. Just a little go-to about that. So make sure you watch both of our NBA this week and our NFL as we go through the season here. Thank you.
Yeah, we got a double trouble episode of 2 hours worth of the Robinson replay.
2 for the price of 1.
Yep.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Boom, boom. Oh no! He had to pull this out at the end just to mess with us here, huh?
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you know what he can do with that finger. Anyways,
yeah. Well, he picked the Colts against the Steelers anyway. So
I know he did.
He's smart. He's smart.
I know he's a smart guy. He is. Yeah.
Well, and then obviously here to wrap up the week, we got the Browns, the Eagles, the Jets, and the Buccaneers on buys there.
Yeah. So the Browns won this week already. I'm very happy about that.
It's the best week of the year for a Browns fan.
And you're not throwing your clicker at the TV. You're not ticked off. You're going into the day knowing that you already won. It's great. There's no pressure, no nothing. I love it.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Happy for that. Well, That does
Thanks
it
again, Dan.
for week 9. Thanks. Yep. Thanks again, Dan, for coming along the Robinson Replay ride here. And as we said, please go check out the NBA episode. We got the NFL episode this week. We got some more next week, and to be continued here. So thank you all, and peace.
Good night.